In the rarefied world of haute horlogerie, where craftsmanship meets philosophy and legacy competes with innovation, the ultimate question remains, between Patek Philippe and Audemars Piguet, which maison is truly elite? When we speak about elite in watchmaking, history is not a secondary argument. It is the very bedrock upon which supremacy is built. Before innovation, before marketing, before celebrity endorsements and auction records, there is origin, there is continuity, there is proof of endurance across generations. And in this dimension, both Patek Philippe and Audemars Piguet stand among the last truly independent dynasties in Swiss horology. Yet their paths to prestige were forged in profoundly different environments. Patek Philippe was founded in 1839 in Geneva, a city whose name alone evokes centuries of refined craftsmanship and intellectual rigor. From its earliest days, the Maison positioned itself not simply as a manufacturer of timekeeping instruments, but as a guardian of mechanical artistry. The partnership between Antoine Patek and Adrien Philippe proved transformative, particularly with Philippe's invention of the keyless winding and setting system in 1845, which eliminated the need for a separate winding key and fundamentally reshaped the user experience of portable timepieces. This was not merely a technical upgrade, it was a conceptual leap toward modern horology. Throughout the 19th century, Patek Philippe cultivated relationships with royalty, statesmen, and influential collectors. Queen Victoria owned the Patek timepiece, and European aristocracy commissioned bespoke creations, reinforcing the brand's association with power and refinement. In 1868, the company produced one of the earliest Swiss wristwatches for Countess Koskowitz of Hungary, decades before wristwatches became socially accepted for men, demonstrating foresight rather than conformity. Over time, Patek built a reputation rooted in continuity, archival preservation, and technical audacity, culminating in groundbreaking achievements such as highly complicated pocket watches for industrial magnates in the 20th century. Audemars Piguet, founded later in 1875 in Le Brassus in the Vallée de Joux, emerged from a radically different setting. Instead of Geneva's urban sophistication, AP was born in a remote alpine valley where harsh winters forced artisans to refine their craft in isolation. Jules Louis Audemars and Edward Auguste Piguet structured their enterprise around complicated movements from the very beginning, specializing in perpetual calendars, chronographs, and minute repeaters. In 1892, they developed one of the first minute-repeating wristwatch movements, and in 1921, they introduced the thinnest pocket watch of its era, proving their mastery of miniaturization. Unlike many historic maisons absorbed by luxury conglomerates, both Patek Philippe and Audemars Piguet remain independent and maintain familial ties to their founding heritage, a rarity that reinforces their legitimacy. However, the perception of historical weight differs subtly between them. Patek cultivated an image of uninterrupted aristocratic lineage for nearly 2 centuries, projecting institutional gravitas and sovereign continuity, while Audemars Piguet built its authority through technical resilience and the authenticity of a manufacture deeply rooted in the Vallée de Joux. If elite is defined by uninterrupted legacy, royal patronage, and a near-mythical aura of permanence, Patek Philippe appears almost monarchical. If it is defined by endurance, mechanical daring, and origin forged in isolation, Audemars Piguet commands an equally compelling form of historical legitimacy. When we move from heritage to pure mechanics, the question of who is truly elite becomes sharper, because in haute horlogerie, complications are the ultimate proof of mastery. Patek Philippe has long been considered the benchmark of classical complications, building its reputation on perpetual calendars, split-seconds chronographs, minute repeaters, and grand complications that combine multiple high-level functions with remarkable balance and legibility. The Caliber 89, unveiled in 1989 with 33 complications, symbolized decades of accumulated expertise and positioned Patek as a guardian of traditional mechanical supremacy. The brand's philosophy centers on refinement, thinness, precision, and finishing executed to obsessive standards under the Patek Philippe seal, ensuring not only accuracy, but durability and aesthetic perfection. Audemars Piguet approaches technical excellence with a more experimental spirit. Historically specialized in complicated movements, AP gained modern recognition through ultra-thin engineering and acoustic innovation. The Royal Oak Perpetual Calendar Ultra-Thin demonstrated how complexity could coexist with extreme slimness, while the Supersonnery Minute Repeater reimagines sound performance through advanced case construction. Rather than simply preserving traditional mechanisms, AP often reinterprets them within bold architectural frameworks, especially in collections like Code 11.59. If elite status in complications is defined by historical authority and classical execution, Patek Philippe often appears unmatched. If it is defined by innovation, structural daring, and contemporary reinterpretation, Audemars Piguet stands as an equally powerful force. When it comes to design, the perception of elite status becomes immediately tangible, because a watch is not only a mechanical instrument, but also a visual statement. Patek Philippe's aesthetic philosophy is rooted in timeless elegance and restrained sophistication. The Calatrava embodies minimalism and perfect proportion, emphasizing clarity, symmetry, and subtlety over ostentation. Even the Nautilus, introduced in 1976 by Gerald Genta, revolutionized steel sports watches without abandoning refinement, maintaining a balance between sportiness and classical grace. Patek designs whisper authority rather than demand attention, appealing to collectors who value discretion and enduring style. Audemars Piguet, by contrast, has built its identity around boldness and instant recognizability. The Royal Oak, also designed by Gerald Genta in 1972, shattered conventions with its octagonal bezel, exposed screws, and integrated bracelet, creating a new genre of luxury steel sports watches. The subsequent Royal Oak offshore amplified this audacity with larger cases and muscular proportions, signaling confidence and modernity. While Patek represents understated, multi-generational elegance, AP embodies assertive, contemporary presence. In terms of recognizability, the Royal Oak may be the most iconic silhouette in modern watchmaking, whereas Patek's Calatrava or even Nautilus appeals to subtlety and classical refinement. Elite status in design can therefore be measured in two ways: timeless discretion that transcends trends, which favors Patek Philippe, or commanding visual impact that defines modern luxury, which favors Audemars Piguet. When evaluating exclusivity, production, and ownership experience, both Patek Philippe and Audemars Piguet operate in a realm far removed from mass-market luxury, yet their approaches differ subtly but meaningfully. Patek Philippe produces approximately 60,000 to 70,000 watches annually, carefully distributing them through a selective network of authorized retailers and brand-owned salons, creating waiting lists for coveted models like the Nautilus and Aquanaut that can stretch for years. The brand emphasizes multi-generational ownership, famously stating, "You never actually own a Patek Philippe, you merely look after it for the next generation," reinforcing a narrative of heritage and legacy. Audemars Piguet produces around 50,000 watches per year, increasingly focusing on boutique-only distribution to cultivate a more intimate relationship with collectors, reducing reliance on third-party retailers and enhancing brand control over customer experience. On the secondary market, Patek's stainless steel sports models and rare complications often command record-breaking auction prices, while Audemars Piguet Royal Oak limited editions also achieve remarkable resale value, reflecting high demand and collectability. In terms of exclusivity measured by historical prestige, auction dominance, and intergenerational appeal, Patek Philippe often holds the edge, whereas Audemars Piguet emphasizes experiential exclusivity and modern intimacy, offering a selective and contemporary approach to elite ownership. When considering cultural impact and symbolism, Patek Philippe and Audemars Piguet occupy distinct but equally influential spaces in the world of luxury. Patek Philippe has long been associated with statesmen, royalty, and established elites, symbolizing continuity, tradition, and understated power. Owning a Patek often signifies generational wealth and refinement, a conscious alignment with heritage rather than contemporary trends. Audemars Piguet, on the other hand, has cultivated a presence in modern culture, appearing prominently in sports, music, and entrepreneurial circles. The Royal Oak, especially, has become an emblem of achievement, success, and audacious individuality. This distinction reflects two archetypes of elite identity. Patek embodies inherited sophistication and legacy, while Audemars Piguet represents achieved prominence and modern ambition. Both approaches are valid expressions of prestige, yet they appeal to different philosophies of what it means to be truly elite. one rooted in tradition and historical continuity, the other in cultural relevance and contemporary authority. When examining craftsmanship, finishing, and artistic execution, both Patek Philippe and Audemars Piguet demonstrate mastery at the highest level. Yet their philosophies diverge in focus and expression. Patek Philippe is renowned for obsessive attention to detail, with hand-finished components that extend beyond what is visible. Polished bevels, Geneva stripes, horloge, and intricately engraved bridges ensure that even hidden elements reflect perfection. The brand's finishing emphasizes classical harmony, subtlety, and meticulous consistency, creating timepieces that are as aesthetically flawless under the loupe as they are elegant on the wrist. Audemars Piguet, particularly in the Royal Oak line, showcases extraordinary case and dial craftsmanship through the interplay of brushed surfaces and polished bevels, while the iconic tapisserie guilloche dial demonstrates a blend of tradition and technical precision. AP's approach often highlights architectural complexity and tactile presence, where finishing serves both aesthetic and structural purposes. In essence, Patek represents microscopic perfection and classical artistry, whereas Audemars Piguet emphasizes innovative finishing that enhances design and mechanical audacity. Both exemplify elite watchmaking, yet one leans toward refinement and tradition, the other toward boldness and contemporary interpretation. When it comes to determining which maison is truly elite, the answer ultimately depends on how one defines elite. If elite status is measured by historical supremacy, archival depth, auction dominance, multi-generational prestige, and classical refinement, Patek Philippe stands almost unrivaled, embodying timeless aristocracy and a legacy that has shaped centuries of horology. If elite status is defined by design innovation, contemporary cultural relevance, architectural boldness, and the courage to reinterpret traditional mechanics within a modern framework, Audemars Piguet commands equal respect, representing progressive nobility and achieved prominence. In truth, Patek Philippe embodies legacy and continuity, while Audemars Piguet embodies evolution and audacity. One appeals to those who value understated authority and generational storytelling, the other to those who seek modernity, distinction, and dynamic expression. Perhaps the ultimate conclusion is that truly elite is not about universal superiority, but alignment with personal philosophy. Because the most elite watch is the one that resonates with who you are and the values you wish to project. In the end, the debate between Patek Philippe and Audemars Piguet reminds us that elite watchmaking is as much about philosophy as it is about mechanics. One offers timeless heritage, refined elegance, and a legacy passed through generations. The other embodies bold innovation, contemporary audacity, and cultural resonance. Whether your allegiance leans towards subtle authority or assertive modernity, both maisons represent the pinnacle of horological artistry, proving that in the world of haute horlogerie, true excellence takes many forms, and the most elite choice is ultimately the one that speaks to your own story.